Coming up on KUJH News, Kansas tries to fill in the food insecurity gap.
Chabad KU celebrates their new building.
And Kansans run for healthcare.
Live from the studio in Stauffer, Flint, this is KUJH News.
Welcome to KUJH News. I'm Emma Coffey.
And I'm Emma Hale. Coming up, we've got a look at Lawrence election results and a first look at your weather.
But first, the university has announced a new way for tenured staff to retire. The 2025 Voluntary Separation Incentive Program is open to tenured staff who are older than 62 and have worked at the school for over 10 years. If approved, they will retire in May 2026 with a full year's pay.
The deadline for applications is December 5th, but not every application is to be accepted. Each will be evaluated individually based on the need, with the goal of approving as many as possible.
Those who are in positions funded by grants, already finalized retirement, and with long-term disability will not be eligible for the program.
The plan is part of cost-cutting measures across campus and will not be available next year.
This Tuesday marked Election Day in Douglas County. A total of 7 seats were open between the Lawrence City Commission and the Lawrence School Board. I got the chance to stop by the election office. On November 4th, Douglas County voters took to the polls to make their voices heard on 5 important positions open in Lawrence. While these roles on the City Commission and School Board may seem small, they still play a crucial role in local politics.
For this election, it was very important just because those local races are so important for everybody's, everyday life.
After the primary election on August 5th, 4 candidates moved forward in the race for Lawrence City Commission. For the Lawrence School Board, a total of 7 candidates vied for only 3 open seats. In the early hours after voting closed, incumbent Kelly Jones took a comfortable second-place lead. After a 12-hour voting day and over 18,000 ballots placed, Mike Courtney and Christine Polian have secured their spots on the Lawrence City Commission, while Shannon Kimball and Kelly Jones reclaimed their seats on the Lawrence School Board. For now, Matt Lancaster secures the 3rd open seat, but is separated from incumbent Bob Byers by just 33 votes. For KUJH News, I'm Emma Coffey. And with the results of the general election not fully finalized until Monday, November 17th, that last seat on the Lawrence School Board is still very much open to either of those 2 candidates.
And temperatures were cool for Election Day, but that might not be the case for the rest of the week, Emma.
KUJH weather forecaster Aiden Baugh has a first look at what's ahead for Lawrence. Aiden, how's it looking out there?
Emma, it's a bad hair day out there. Outside right now, cloudy skies all the way around. We had a clear start to our morning here in Lawrence, but the winds are blowing clouds into our area, and that is the big story of today. Not just the clouds, but the wind blowing pretty substantially, gusting as high as 25 miles an hour at times. Aside from the wind, though, pleasant 3 days ahead for you guys. Temperatures remaining in those mid to upper 60s, but that's not going to be lingering around. By the time Sunday rolls around, we're expecting our first batch of winter weather to be passing through in just a few days. Emma, back to you.
Thanks, Aiden. We'll have more weather later in the show.
With the government shutdown stretching into its 37th day, many parts of the government are going unfunded, including food assistance programs.
And despite a court order requiring the Trump administration to fund the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, those monthly payments will only be a fraction of the amount normally received by families.
Food banks nationwide are feeling this squeeze, including harvesters in Lawrence. They say they are unable to fill in the vast gap that this shutdown has created.
Basically, for every 1 meal we provide, SNAP provides 9. And so, one, it's an impossibility for us to scale to that level. There's no way we can outgive what we're losing in those benefits for the people that we're serving.
Our KUJH team has coverage on all of this. We go out live to Jonah Kahn, who is in front of the Lawrence Public Schools.
The benefits, have gone away. Lawrence Public Schools, they knew they needed to step up in a crucial way to support students.
Okay.
With the loss of SNAP, LPS launched the Let's Lift Lawrence program, where the district is collecting food for its partners.
Our school pantries play a vital role in ensuring that students receive nutritious meals.
The district said it already has seen requests from families for food, and they have been able to provide to those families. Additionally, 39% of students in the district rely on free or reduced meals from the schools.
A significant portion of our students do rely on food assistance programs.
The district also knows how hard it can be to learn on an empty stomach.
Studies have shown that students are most engaged when their basic needs are met. A student that comes to school hungry struggles to focus.
Faculty and staff will continue to support students as food insecurity lingers.
Yeah, and the district also added that they've had businesses, families, and other partners reach out wondering how they can help and how they can give to those who do need food at this time, who suffer with food insecurity or deal with it and don't have access to those SNAP benefits. Reporting from Lawrence Public Schools, Jonah Kahn, KUJH News.
Thanks, Jonah. And those community organizations are stepping up to help with food distribution on their own dime.
Local churches are helping take the lead, whether they're helping because of the shutdown or increasing their ongoing efforts. KUJH's Alex Moore is with us now. Alex, what can you tell us?
Thanks, Emma. Amidst all this uncertainty with food insecurities, churches have been one of the major contributors to providing food for those in need. First United Methodist Church has been offering free meals for over 30 years. I visited them one early morning to see how they have kept it going for so long.
Located right off of Mass Street, First Church is the home of Jubilee Cafe. Every Tuesday and Friday, volunteers come together to serve breakfast to anyone in need.
The originations of Jubilee Cafe 31 years ago was a group of KU students and the priest at the Trinity Episcopal Church.
Trinity Episcopal Church was the original home of the cafe for more than 10 years, until the program outgrew the church, requiring them to relocate to First Church, where it has remained ever since. While the cafe is intended for any Lawrence resident to get a free meal, it has become a popular spot for the homeless community. But with SNAP benefits coming to a halt, it may see more utilization from housed community members.
The demographic is much more serving predominantly unsheltered, unhoused, primarily chronically homeless people in our community.
The cafe has also become a favorite spot for KU students looking for ways to give back to the community.
My favorite part about coming here is just always putting a smile on people's faces. Like, they may be coming in the mornings, it's super early, kind of a rough time of day for absolutely anyone, and you come in, you greet them with a bowl of cereal and juice and food, and that puts a smile on anyone's face.
The Jubilee Cafe is open to anyone and everyone every Tuesday and Friday from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. So if you are struggling with food insecurities, make sure to stop by and check it out.
If you want to become a volunteer or want to learn more about the cafe, head to fumclawrence.org/Jubilee to learn more. Emma?
Alex, thank you. And it's not just businesses and churches stepping up. Residents are creating food pantries in their own front yard that anyone can borrow from.
KUJH's Colton Kennan is live outside one of those food pantries in Lawrence to tell us more. Colton?
Yeah, that's right. Although residents here in Lawrence who are helping out don't want to be on camera, they're joining up with the entire country who are helping out in this time of need.
Kindness is free, and I know that food is expensive, but when you have more than you need and you're getting your wants, then why don't you let go of some of that and continue to help those in need?
Yeah, we are right here in a neighborhood right by West Middle School here in Lawrence. And they converted this free little library into a pantry, and they have stuff like peanut butter, canned goods, and even pasta. So come out here. It's right by West Middle School here in Lawrence. Reporting for KUJH News, I'm Colton Kennan.
Thanks, Colton. And if you want to learn more about options in our community for food assistance or where to contribute, go to KUJHnews.com.
KUJH will continue to cover this story as more information comes out.
Just ahead, a look at pickleball for a good cause.
And a look at the KU debate dynasty. Stick around.
For students searching for a way to stay active in an outdoorsy way, the City of Lawrence has bike trails running in every direction, and with the new bike share program, we can stay in shape as we tour the sights of our beautiful city. Clinton Lake is only a short 30-minute bike ride away from Daisy Hill and has the most incredible sunset location in all of Lawrence. Walking campus may give you the KU calves, but biking can give you the KU thighs. Bike Lawrence today.
Welcome back. The Douglas County Fairgrounds has been taken over by the Taste of Lawrence Festival, which honors local educations. KUJH's Annika Gustafson is standing by live at the event with one of these organizers to tell us more. Annika?
Wait, come back.
Yes, Emma, I am here live at the annual Taste of Lawrence event that is underway. And I'm here joined with Jared Martin, the Director of Events for the Lawrence Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah.
So Jared, why is Taste of Lawrence so important and impactful to this community?
Yeah, so for over 40 years, Taste of Lawrence has been taking place as a way to kind of highlight some of our food and beverage vendors, as well as celebrating and supporting our educators for all the work that they do. Like I said, for over 40 years, and there's some programs that have come out of Taste of Lawrence over the years, all to just further celebrate our teachers.
Yeah, awesome. And I do know that in the past, you guys have only had food and beverage,
Yes.
but you guys have added something new this year. What is that and why the change?
Yeah, so all of our chamber members can now be here this year. So any business of any kind is welcome to be here as long as they're a chamber member. So just a way for them to be part of this community with the over 900 people that come, but also as a way for them to show their support for our local schools and educators within that.
Yeah, awesome. So you just kind of touched on that school education side of this event. Why is honoring these educators and teachers so important to Lawrence?
Yeah, they are the ones laying the groundwork for future leaders, and from a Chamber of Commerce perspective, also workforce. It's the people kind of instilling those values and creating that education for them as they move forward in their life.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, Jared.
Yeah.
And the event takes place from 4 to 7 this evening. Reporting live for KUJH News, I'm Annika Gustafson.
Thanks, Annika. And there are on-site tickets available to purchase starting at 4 p.m. if you don't want to miss out.
Organizers say that the event will go on rain or shine.
Yeah, KUJH's Aiden Baugh is here to tell us what the weather will look like tonight. Aiden, any good news for the festival goers?
Emma, hopefully it'll be a little bit calmer by the time our late evening, early nighttime hours roll around. But today, if you're ignoring the wind right here, it's beautiful outside, 62 degrees, mostly cloudy, daily high today of 68 degrees, but those winds blowing substantially at 10 to 15 miles an hour out of the south, gusting as high as 25 miles an hour. That's definitely going to be something you're going to be noticing on your way to and from classes, wherever you have for plans this evening. Temperatures around northeastern Kansas, much of the same, a little bit warmer in Ottawa and Olathe at 64 degrees apiece. Tonganoxie down in Paola, 63 degrees, and then Kansas City, Topeka, and Osage City right around the same as it is here in Lawrence at 62 degrees apiece. For your evening plans, 67 degrees by 4 o'clock this evening. Winds blowing pretty substantially still out of the south at 15 miles an hour. But then after that sun goes down, our winds die down as well, shifting from the south towards the southwest at about 5 miles an hour. By the time 10 o'clock rolls around, 59 degrees. For your basketball forecast, the Jayhawks looking to take on the Tar Heels over in Chapel Hill. Should be a pretty mild day for them out there. 62 degrees, partly cloudy, much of the same we have here, except they don't have the wind. But what they do have is humidity. 80% humidity. It is not going to be feeling the best out there. I'm sure North Carolinians are used to this kind of humidity. Besides, 62 degrees with 80% humidity does not feel anywhere near as sticky as the reverse, 80 degrees and 62% humidity. That would not be fun. For your 7-day forecast, now this is big. Look at that overnight low on Saturday, 26 degrees. Oh man, we've got some Arctic air passing through. Sunday, 42. Monday, a little bit warmer at 46 degrees, but your overnight lows well below freezing. We've got our first batch of winter air on its way shortly. Emma, back to you.
Thanks, Aiden. Well, Emma, the weather sure has been up and down this week here in Lawrence.
I mean, hot to cold. I mean, that's just Kansas weather for you,
What
right?
are you going to do about it? I'm ready for those fall temperatures to sink in just a little bit more.
Yes. With the cold weather on its way, KU clubs are doing what they can to help those in need. KUJH's Olivia Desbois went over to the charity tournament to find out more. Thanks, Olivier. Looks like a fun time out there.
The University of Kansas debate team is making its mark this year not just in competition, but in size, commitment, and success. Kay Spears has the story.
Debate at KU is about more than winning trophies. It's about dedication and growth. Students spend hours each week researching, practicing, and preparing arguments that stretch their critical thinking skills. Those hours of work pay off both inside and outside the classroom. Student Brooklyn Hados says debate has helped her manage life's many responsibilities. That work ethic fuels one of the biggest teams in the country.
Okay, anyone have particular interest in anything? And then I'm going to talk. Okay. All right, anyone else want to? Can I ask one thing about research? Yeah. Okay, so there's a separate research.
With their passion, teamwork, and record numbers, KU debaters continue to build a legacy that speaks louder than words. For KUJH, I'm Case Spears.
KU's Rose Larson also earned second place at the Gonzaga tournament this Wednesday, a strong finish that highlights the team's hard work and momentum this season.
The University of Kansas officially opened a new 10,000 square foot Chabad Center for Jewish Life this past weekend. I went to the grand opening to see how this new space is creating a home away from home for many students. The new KU Chabad Center for Jewish Life officially opened its doors Sunday, marking a historic moment for Jewish students at KU. The 10,000 square foot building will serve as a hub for learning, wellness, and community connection.
We are witnessing a revolution, a new horizon for the future of Jewish life at KU.
Founded in 2006 by Rabbi Zalman and Nahama Toktel, Chabad at KU has long been a place for students to celebrate faith and find community. But now the new facility, complete with a student lounge, kosher kitchen, and mental wellness spaces, takes that mission to a whole new level.
So excited about the turnout. There's so many Jews and non-Jews alike that are here, just excited to celebrate the building. And I think it's going to be so good for our community to have a place where people can go and feel at home.
That sense of belonging is what many students say makes the new center so meaningful, especially for those who are far from home.
On the first day I moved in, Zalman and Nahama were there helping me. They're giving me snacks, and right then and there, I knew I had a Jewish family here at KU.
Completed ahead of schedule and under budget, this new center isn't just a building. It is a place where KU students can connect, celebrate, and find community right here on campus. The KU Chabad Center plans to host weekly events and community dinners throughout the semester, inviting all KU students to take part. Coming up on KUJH Sports with Trevor Burns, a look ahead at KU's matchup against North Carolina.
And an interview with the voice of the Jayhawks. Stick around.
From adversity, we rose. We made history and became pioneers, voyagers, champions, Jayhawks. And when our chant rises, haunting and hallowed, Jayhawks are telling the world what's near. Victory.
Welcome to KUJH Sports. I'm your anchor, Trevor Burns, and we have plenty of KU action to cover here. So let's dig in. The Kansas women's volleyball team has been serving it up hot, winners of their last 6 out of 7 matches. Tonight they take on Big 12 opponent, the Colorado Buffaloes. KUJH's Jetta Zur is live at Horsch Family Volleyball Arena. How's it going over there, Jetta?
Thanks, Trevor. Later tonight, the Jayhawks will take on number 20 ranked Colorado Buffaloes here in Lawrence at the Horsch Family Volleyball Arena. for the Jayhawks. They're coming off back-to-back Big 12 road victories against Cincinnati and West Virginia, and are now the number 13th ranked team in the country. Back in Boulder, the Buffs are no joke, winners of their last 5 Big 12 matchups, and are currently going on 20-3 in the season. They'll be led by last week's Big 12 Volleyball Player of the Week, Anna Bolovich, who has become the rally scoring leader and career aces for Colorado. The first serve is set for 6 p.m., and with how these two teams have been playing, expect some serious energy in Horsch. Back to you, Trevor.
Appreciate it, Jenna. Should be an electric atmosphere tonight. And speaking of electricity, I recently got the opportunity to sit down with the voice of the Jayhawks and KU alum, Brian Haney. Take a look.
The Jayhawk football program is the talk of the town, with a new stadium and a football team that's trending up. However, someone who's been with them for 10 years has seen it all. That person is Brian Haney, better known as the voice of the Jayhawks. Haney graduated from the University of Kansas in 2002, listing his dream job as the Jayhawks play-by-play announcer. That dream came true 9 years ago, and now he's one of the only play-by-play broadcasters who covers 3 major sports: baseball, basketball, and football.
I always tell people, get in the office at 1651 Naismith Drive, Allen Fieldhouse is such a special gift, and every day over there and every day spent over here, truly a blessing.
Haney doesn't take the gig lightly, saying the preparation going into a football game is extensive. Game days start with a meeting with the opposing team's announcer to exchange stats and players of interest. Although it only takes around 15 minutes, some argue it's the most important part of the job.
And there's a lot of moving parts going on, and we try to be at practice every day for football during football season, try to go to a couple of the men's basketball practices each week. There's press conferences, there's player interviews at Hawk Talk, all of which we're pulling information and insights from we can sprinkle into the broadcast come game day.
Before each game, Haney does one thing that sets him apart. He writes a name on his headset. During football and basketball season, he typically chooses the name of a cancer fighter to help them feel hurt.
You know, what he does for the cancer survivors is really a neat thing. He's always thinking of others when they're in need, and he'll be there for you if you need someone to talk to.
He keeps the tradition alive during baseball season for a different cause, highlighting dogs you can adopt from the Lawrence Humane Society. For Haney, his job is meant to boost the causes that matter. If you find yourself looking around during the game, look right above the Kansas bench, and you'll see Brian Haney, locked in on the field, looking for his next big call.
It was an excellent time hanging out with him. Haney will have to rest his voice as tomorrow Kansas basketball travels out to Chapel Hill to take on the North Carolina Tar Heels. An early season sizzler as the Jayhawks enter 19th ranked in the country, while the Tar Heels sit at a smooth 25. All eyes will be on freshman Darren Peterson as he comes fresh off a 21-point, 22-minute debut against Green Bay. A true early season test. Tip-off is set for 6 p.m. in Dean Smith Center. We got a wild weekend ahead for KU Sports, and when we come back, Aiden Ball will give us the last of the weather forecast. You are watching KUJH News.
You may not hear it at first, but it's there. Our chant, rising. On this summit, callings converge, voices unify into a chorus that sounds out for good, for greatness. Can you hear it?
Welcome back. Let's take one last look at the weather with KUJH's Aiden Baugh. Aiden?
Emma, the Jayhawks are looking to take on the Arizona Wildcats down in Tucson on Saturday. Game time is slated for 2:30 p.m. Central Time. Temperatures pretty warm out there, 73 degrees, nothing too bad considering it's Arizona. 68 for your pregame temperatures, 65 by the time fourth quarter rolls around. This comes to a real shocker, I'm sure, to everyone in Arizona. It's going to be sunny and it's going to be dry the entirety of the day. Hopefully the Jayhawks can get it done down in Tucson. Emma, back to you.
Thanks, Aiden. I mean, all these changes with the weather, Emma, and not to mention daylight savings last weekend, I'm having a hard time adjusting.
Oh yeah, it just means the end of the semester is getting that much closer, and I, for one, am looking forward to it.
Me too. Heartland and Lawrence Memorial Hospital held the 7th annual Kansas Half Marathon and 5K this past Sunday. KUJH's Ryan Grossman takes us down to Mass Street to experience this event.
2, 1, clock may have turned back an hour on Sunday, but that didn't stop hundreds from all over the state from gathering on a chilly morning to participate in the annual Kansas Half Marathon and 5K, a fundraiser for the Heartland Community Health Center to help increase affordable health care access in the nearby area.
Hopefully runners will stop by and get to know us a little bit more and all the services we have to offer, and what a great experience for the town of Lawrence and the surrounding area.
The race was highly competitive and brought elite runners to Lawrence. The 5K started at 7 a.m. and the half marathon shortly after. Runners began on Mass Street, right next to South Park, and did a loop around the river and parts of town, leading back to the finish line, where they'd be greeted with fans, food, and free beer courtesy of Lawrence Beer Company. For some, the community aspect was the most redeeming part of the race.
It's just a great experience having the community here and the students that know me and can cheer me on.
Medals were given to every participant who finished, and awards were given to the top 3 male and female runners. The fastest half marathon time was at 1 hour and 8 minutes by Eric Vasquez Olivas, an assistant track coach at Freestad High School.
All my other friends have gotten to do it, and I've heard great things about it. I'm actually using this to train for a race here in a couple months. I'm running a marathon in Phoenix. Just trying to run my best.
With the amount of people that were brought out on this beautiful November morning to run, there's no doubt that Heartland and LMH are one step closer to hitting their goal. For KUJH News, I'm Ryan Grossman.
Thanks, Ryan. Great look into a run for a cause here in Lawrence. Well, that's all we have for you this morning. Check out KUJH on TikTok and Instagram for exclusive content, and keep up to date on the latest stories at KUJHnews.com. I'm Emma Hale.
And I'm Emma Coffey. KUJH News will be back next Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Have a great rest of your week.